Hello Internet, welcome back to another episode of Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, we made it through the Satoral Marsh and made it here to the Makna Path. This time, I'm going to head back to Colony 9 because I want to do some gem crafting. We don't have any gems on Dunban and it would be really nice to have some. But I'll probably cut this out for the most part because I'm probably just going to end up with a lot of agility and strength up gems. Unfortunately, the Gem Man has a quest.
Who's there?
Hello there, young'un. I got something that might interest you. You ever heard of a mobile furnace? Well, after years of research, it's now possible to shrink furnaces. I reckon I could make you one if I had all the right parts. It's a shame, because there's just one part I ain't got. Wait a minute, you can get me it. It's called an ultra-small reactor. They developed it in Colony 6 to use in ether mining. Finding one could be tough after what happened there, though. I did hear there's some people looking to fix up Colony 6. If that colony can get back on its feet, you might get one there. How about it? Think you can get me an ultra-small reactor? This quest is incredibly helpful. I might do this off-screen, because all you have to do is get Colony 6 up to level 1 in order to get the item that he wants, and that gives you the ability to craft gems wherever you want. I'd argue that's worth it.
Who's there?
But first, I'm gonna go ahead and make gems here. Dunban got a new weapon called the Purity Striker. If you change from the anti-Mechon glaive, he will no longer be able to attack Mechon without Monado Enchant, but we honestly aren't going to be seeing Mechon for a while, and even when we do, Monado Enchant is not a big deal, and it's a good idea to base your weapons more on their power than the ability to affect Mechon. So I am going to give him the Purity Striker. Here's what Dunban is looking like. Since most of his items don't have slots, I couldn't actually get him very many different ether gems, but I did give him an agility up 2 in the Purity Striker since he is an agility tank. Ryan is looking exactly the same as before. I replaced one of Charlotte's ether up 1 gems with an ether up 2 gem. Shulk now has a strength up 2 here instead of an agility 1, and he has a quick step 2 gem, which makes it so he will move faster both in and out of battle, which is helpful. Other than that, we can head back to Makna Path now. I got an achievement called Craft Stravaganza. That sounds like the name of an advancement in Minecraft. Like you get it for finally crafting every item in the game. But no, I think you just get that for crafting a certain amount of gems in this game, which I have done. I've crafted a certain amount of gems. I don't know what amount. Haven't even been really using gems to their full capability because I haven't been getting a lot of armor with gem slots. Although we are about to get new armor pretty shortly here. But, well, allow me to introduce you to Chapter 7.
Lady Melia, withdraw to the Knock-On village and let us handle this beast.
No, Isel. Do you really expect me to leave you, run away and save myself?
Permit us this once, Lady Melia. It is our honor and our duty to protect you with our lives. Do not fear for us. Flee.
I will not. I cannot return to the capital with this monster still standing. Isel, Hogard, Garin, Damil! Bestow the light of your life unto me!
Who turned up the heat?
I've never seen such a dense forest.
Me neither. How much further?
This must be the back of the Bionis. If Shulk's vision is right, we've still got a long way to go.
You mean go on in this heat? I'm sweatier than a brog's armpit.
We'll have to search for the best route. Sadly, until we find a way, we'll have to put up with Rhine's stench.
Charlotte?
We must be outside the tower.
Welcome, true heir to the Monado.
Father!
Weak and pathetic.
What or who are you? You will pay for what you've done! You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora!
A silver-faced Mekon. And who was that girl? These visions show me people and places I've never seen. If only I could find out what they mean. We could use them to our advantage.
Look over there! A rope bridge! It looks Hom's made.
Not Homs. Nopon. Though a lot of them have settled in our colonies, the Nopon are originally native to Makna Forest.
Do you think they'd know the way to the Bionis head?
I can't say. But walking around in circles isn't going to achieve anything. Our best bet is to look for their village.
This is one of the most underrated places on the Bionis in terms of the way it looks. A lot of people really enjoy this place. Oh my god. Every time I get a vision, it interrupts me, even though I'm not even going to bother reading them. A lot of people really like the way this place looks, but I still think, comparatively to other places on the Bionis especially, it's extremely underrated, and we'll be seeing why in basically just a second. Since it's my first recording session, I'm going to, well, my first recording of the session, I'm going to try to get back into the combat for a second, so I'll cut this out. If you head over here, there are a couple Nopon, and he sells powerful weapons, but without any slots in them. And also very expensive. You can just hold the L button to sell everything. That's really nice. I didn't actually know you could do that. The Makna armor actually looks pretty cool on Dunban too. It still lets him have the cape, which is kind of like the coolest part of his design with the general's attire. And it does also give him another slot, which is very nice. And I'm going to give him an agility up too. Here's what Ryan is looking like with his new gear. Here's what Charla's looking like. If I had a face cam, I would be looking at it with a very trying to think of the word, but there is definitely an expression, and it's not a good one. I don't want my characters to look ridiculous, but it does fit the area. Here's what Shulk is looking like. Alright, now that we're all dressed up, there's a heart-to-heart that we can't view here, which is fine. Bridge 1 gives you this view. Oh my god, I almost fell off the bridge. It's actually a good idea to go down there right now because we do need to go down there later, and having a skip travel point would be nice, but I'm fine. I'm fine without that. But this view is so great. Just imagine seeing this in real life. It would be very loud, but very pretty, and it's already very pretty in the video game. I just cannot say enough good about that view. Other than that, this is a fairly generic forest area in an RPG. There's a lot of bug enemies and, you know, you're gonna get poison statuses, or statuses that are similar to poison, as well as poison, because poison is a status in this game. Be prepared for that, but otherwise there's just a lot of bug enemies, a lot of animal enemies, and weirdly a lot of dinosaur enemies. This is more of a wolfish enemy. I don't know what Ferrises are actually based on. I know they're very similar to wolves, but I don't know if they're based on wolves as well. I'll cut this out though, it's an easy fight. Let's not lose our heads though! There's a Bagris Nebula up there. That is a very strong one. Another Ferris. Basically, whenever I see a vision type enemy, I'm going to fight it because otherwise I'll just try to sneak past it and fail. They give an item called Thin Blood, and that just sounds kind of disturbing. It's a Plasma Dinos. Or Dinos. Well, it's definitely one of those pronunciations, maybe. Yeah, that's what I meant by dinosaur type enemies. Those are literally just T-Rexes. Now we have one in our path, of course. What the its head can come off of its body? I didn't know that. I don't like that at all. That's terrifying. No thank you. I'm like the droid in Star Wars Episode 9. No thank you. No thank you. That's how I feel about that enemy. The Ferrises are fine until they lock onto me. But if these things' heads can fly off their bodies, I'm not a fan. We have a Makna Brog here. This is one of my favorite enemies in this area, just because you can take it down as soon as you arrive, and it's the first really big monster that the game, like, lets you know, yeah, you can probably handle this. Because you'll almost always just see it with a yellow tag as soon as you arrive. And yellow is not, like, impossible. There's another one over there too. I want to take that one down too. It's just very satisfying to have this ability. They also seem to drop level 3 crystals, which isn't bad at all. Dunban learned a new art after beating that. I want to know what that is. Serene Heart. A peaceful and focused aura that increases accuracy and evasion? That is a very good aura for Dunban. Oh my god, okay. I don't want to have more than 3 auras at once. I'll get rid of Battle Eye. Serene Heart sounds very good for Dunban. We're almost to our objective now. This is just up the path from that little area where we fought the Brogs, since I know I cut that out since I didn't say anything.
Over there.
Hey, are you okay? You.
Shulk, what's wrong? Another vision?
Kind of. I'm not sure. But first, she needs help.
You're right. Let's look for somewhere safe.
There. I see a clearing under a giant tree. We can easily watch for anything approaching.
Okay. I'll carry her.
She hasn't sustained any serious injuries, but her condition is far from stable.
Do you know what's wrong with her?
Her symptoms suggest ether deficiency. It's well known that Homs are strongly affected by ether levels in the environment. but I've never seen symptoms like this before. A sudden drop in ether content in the surrounding atmosphere causes a reaction. Symptoms range from fatigue to nausea. But in this girl's case...
What can we do?
We're gonna need water-type ether crystals. I'll load the crystals into a cartridge to shoot from my rifle.
Eh? You're gonna shoot her?
No, silly. I'll fire them into the air and the dispersed ether will heal her.
That's what I thought.
But the problem is the crystals. We can't just use any old crystal. They must be as pure as possible. This area must have a water source nearby. We should search there first.
I spotted a waterfall a little way back. What do you think, Charlotte? Would a waterfall produce pure crystals?
I can't think of a better place.
Then it's decided. I'll search for the crystals.
Hey, you're not going on your own.
I'll be okay. I need you to look after the group. We're short on water too, so I'll fill up our flasks.
Hey, good idea. Take care, man.
And now we get to play as Shulk all on his own. During this time, I do not recommend that you do any battles with any enemies. You can't go back and talk to your party for some reason, which sucks. Because they just literally throw an invisible wall in your face, which is something that almost never happens in this series. And I don't know why, because they let you talk to your party at other points in this game. And also, like, all the time in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, they let you talk to your party members. I don't know why they don't let you this time. Like, it's supposed to be urgent, but to be fair, a lot of things have been meant to be urgent, and you can just not do them. I am going to just skip travel back to the Agni Tablet, because this is the fastest way to get to the waterfall that we need to go to. It's not one of those waterfalls, don't worry, you don't have to swim that far. In fact, you don't actually have to swim at all. I'm gonna try to jump for it. Let's see if we can land in the water and not hit that rock. Please. Okay. There we go. We just have to get down to this beach. And then right over there. Landmark. Lakeside. Doesn't even get a unique name, it's just Lakeside. High purity. You found some water ether crystals. They should be able to help save the girl now. That's good.
Huh? Who are you?
Hello there.
Hello.
How unusual. It is quite rare to see a Homs in this region. I suppose you're wondering why I am here in that case. Then permit me to introduce myself. My name is Alvis.
Alvis? My name's...
It's Shulk. Isn't it?
How did you know that?
Wielder of the Monado, defender of Colony 9, the hero that has every mechon running. You're famous amongst all Homs.
I know you from somewhere.
They're here.
Huh?
The Monado emits a particular ether wavelength in its ground state. It must have drawn them.
Huh? Oh! What are they? Alvis! Get out of the way! I'll deal with this myself. From the left? Then I'll go. Huh? How? Now, from above!
movements before it struck. How can it...
It is a Telethia.
Telethia?
They can read your mind. Whether you have a vision or not, if they know your next move, it's all in vain.
You know about my visions? How could you possibly...
There is only one way. Stop it in its tracks, then dull its perception.
No, Alvis! Stop! You don't know how to... Huh? A new symbol? Ha! That was amazing.
I suggest you stop staring. The sword is yours to wield.
What was that light?
The Monado does not control itself. You control it.
I control it. By the light of the Monado. I will stop them.
We now have Alvis as a party member, and we have a new art, Purge. This is going to tell us about a Telethia's aura, Soul Read, which makes it so it's very hard to attack them. You will almost never hit a Telethia without first using Monado Purge, which gets rid of their aura. It also temporarily prevents them from activating another aura. You have to replenish the talent gauge by auto-attacking, so yeah, it's preferable if you actually have that built up before this fight. But it doesn't matter, because we only had to do one auto-attack to get it filled up, and we're on casual mode anyway. So Alvis has a gem in his weapon called Unbeatable 5, so Alvis literally cannot die in this fight. Dixon had the same gem in his Gunblade when we fought with him in Colony 6. And this is just something that's given to party members that aren't meant to be permanent. This is not a gem you can get yourself, unfortunately. I think you can get unbeatable gems, but you can only get them up to level 4, and they have a significantly different effect. I'm going to encourage Alvis. Yeah, we have to get the Monado gauge back up, like, yesterday. Thank you, Alvis. Okay, Purge. Hopefully we can get a chain attack so I can actually show Alvis's arts, because he does have unique arts. There we go. So we unfortunately cannot inflict Topple and Break on these Telethia, so I'm just gonna go for Backslash, the most possible damage right now. He has Cross Ray, which deals physical damage, and he has Lost Ray, which does a large amount of physical damage. I think it's obvious what one you should go for between the two. And there we go. Are these... is this pronounced Puera? Puera Telethia? Is it like a Spanish thing? A French thing? Is it like even a foreign thing in general? I don't know. I'm just trying to get my talent gauge back up so I can use Monado Purge. But I can't hit it. Yeah, you're going to need to encourage Alvis a lot, and he's going to need to encourage you a lot too throughout this fight. But yeah, Unbeatable 5 is just a gem that's given to all non-permanent party members. So Alvis is not permanent. It's also worth noting, in my opinion, that Alvis' sword is just a reskin of the junk sword that Shulk used in the beginning of the game. And also, almost all of his battle quotes are a reference to, I believe, Terminator? Or some form of robotic warrior from film history. It would be really nice if I could use a Monado art. You may choose to receive the following effects. Full HP and max talent gauge? Yes, please. I didn't know the game had this easy mode. Like an even easier mode. Oh my god, the game just gave me Monado Purge because it realized I couldn't do this. Did I just canceled Monado Purge. Oh my god. Thank God.
Well, you see now, Shulk?
Thank you. Hey, wait a second. More importantly, where on Bionis did you learn to use the Monado?
They were not the primary Telethia. Merely its spawn. The primary Telethia dwells elsewhere in Makna Forest. Is it wounded? I see. The Telethia is hurt and lies in rest, wounded by a girl.
A girl?
The Monado is a divine sword capable of disturbing the very fabric of existence. Of both the material and the immaterial.
Alvis, how do you know so much about the Monado? Who are you?
Shulk! Shulk!
Huh? That's Ryan. I'm over here!
Shulk, we looked all over for you. Thought you'd been eaten by the forest.
Sorry, Ryan. I got attacked by Telethia. If it hadn't been for Alvis, I wouldn't have survived.
Alvis? Who's that?
I'll introduce you. He's the one that... Alvis? But he was...
There's no one here.
I'm telling you, he was right here. He even taught me how to unlock a new power from the Monado.
Just you and me, Shulk. Ain't no one else around. You probably passed out from dehydration and dreamt this guy up. Come on. Wait till the others hear this.
He was here, Ryan. I didn't dream it. I'm not lying.
Okay. I believe you. And while you were having fun with your imaginary friend, did you find any ether crystals?
Yes. Good quality ones, too.
Perfect. Come on. We should hurry them back to Sharla. Hang around here long enough and we'll get whacked by an imaginary beast.
I'm not lying. Alvis, who are you?
An enemy that renders your visions useless. This forest holds many surprises. Not least creatures we've never seen before. And now we know there is another who can use the Monado.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet him.
So you weren't just having a sneaky nap then?
No!
I'm just saying. You and Dunban are the only ones I know that can wield the Monado. How would this guy know how?
Okay, locked and loaded. Everyone, stand back.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's coming round. All thanks to our medic.
Are you okay?
Where am I?
Everything's fine. You're gonna be...
Get your hands off me!
Ah! Hey, watch it!
Forgive me. I did not mean to...
Sorry if we surprised you.
Are you the ones who helped me?
Well, something like that.
Excuse me. My name is Melia. Forgive my indiscretion. I have not had the pleasure of coming into contact with the male Homs.
Coming into contact?
Hey, Shulk, you're creeping this lady out.
Shut up, Ryan.
This large one is far worse.
Me?
Melia, is it? How did you get here then? What, is there no one with you?
I must apologize, but my situation does not concern you. And I shall not be divulging anything to common passers-by.
Duly noted, your ladyship. But if I were to be so bold, I'm guessing that you didn't come here alone. And you weren't just taking an afternoon nap.
And what, may I ask, are you doing here? It is rare to see Homs venture this deep into Makna Forest.
We're traveling to the head of the Bionis. We've got a long journey ahead of us.
The head of the Bionis?
We were just figuring out how to get there when we found you.
I see. Then permit me to return the favor by aiding you in your quest.
Really?
There is only one path to the head of the Bionis. It is the path that leads to Erith Sea.
So, this Erith Sea is at the head of the Bionis.
If you would be kind enough to escort me out of the forest, I will show you the way.
You do that? Thank you, Melia. I'm Shulk. Pleased to meet you.
Shulk? Ah, yes. Likewise.
She's a bit high and mighty. But she's a Homs too, right? Why is she here alone?
Ain't got a clue. Ask her yourself. I'm not good with her posh accent.
We shall travel to the Nopon village.
Nopon village? That's where we've been heading. We reckon it's our best chance of making it to the top.
Since inhabiting the region, the Nopon have been a great help. You can travel to Erith Sea from their village.
It's settled. We'll make our way to the Nopon village.
Very well. The Nopon inhabit a giant tree. If we follow this trail, we will be safe.
What did Rhine mean by posh accent? She does not have one. Her accent is like, it's significantly more understandable than Rhine's. Okay, well, beware of monsters with spike abilities. There's a counter spike which deals damage or inflicts debuffs when attacked, a down spike which deals damage when the enemy is toppled, and a close spike which deals damage when you're close to it. You can combat this with Monado Purge, which gets rid of spikes and auras, or you can do a Spike Defense Gem, which reduces damage from spikes. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we're going to be learning about our new party member Melia and making it to the Nopon village deeper into Makna Forest. See you guys then.